Hello and welcome everyone for the second time today. It's Blackadder's place yet again, and even though the previously planned match between Nurgath and Mor has been in the end already started and it's been streamed like the must shall be, we have another match today between Fox and NoMercy. It's the same stage of the spring tournament hosted by Shelty, and therefore we're gonna be heading for a best of 3 with a blind pick apparently in there. And well, Fox, of course you can be expecting is gonna be playing ISIS or something like that. And NoMercy can be playing pretty much anything, so it's gonna be like open game and not entirely certain what you can be expecting from him. I wouldn't be surprised by an Egyptian either, since you're gonna be kinda prepared. Yes, you do. You should be having Veto in 90 seconds if I remember correctly. This should be the case, and just so everybody knows, we are gonna be this time, as opposed to the earlier stream, at 2 minutes stream delay, just to make sure everything is proper for a competitive match. So therefore I might be a bit slower to responding and stuff. Yeah, you play random map again. It's meant to be also basically trying to roll again a map that you might be liking a bit more than the one that has been rolled. Yeah. Gods are supposed to be the same, but the map is re-rolled. Basically same settings as they were. Hello Peter Kun, welcome to the stream. Not sure if you caught at least a part of the previous one, which was quite fun, so definitely recommend it if you did not to watch the past broadcast in there. Thank you very much for the follow, Joker. Hope you're gonna be enjoying the games today, as we are starting right now with Marsh. And it's going to be quite a nice map that we have basically ended last time on. And this time it's gonna be quite a bit different. It's going to be 1v1, and of course that is going to be with Isis and Odin. Very interesting decision that Shadowfaxx is gonna be picking a Norse against the Isis in here. Rather in here, he didn't know what kind of map he's gonna be getting, and to be frank, this is one of the better maps, because obviously when you are going to be playing as a Norse, you want to be having a high hunt, as there your economy kinda like explodes, and you do have quite solid chances, for example, against an ISIS as well. This is gonna be all about what kind of map the ISIS is going to be getting, because so far the gold is, I mean, like, definitely could be imagining a better one, like for example spawning behind, but otherwise it's not really that bad because of the wood line. And considering the fact though that it is against an Odin who can be having forest fire and basically cleaning this up, this doesn't have to be such a good map. And I mean, like, maybe Fox could be thinking about the veto here, because this could be becoming a hard matchup for him, especially since he hasn't discovered a secondary gold mine next to this TC yet. There certainly could be one here still in the darkness or somewhere close by on the left side. Certainly the possibility is there altogether, but overall it's a bit of a concern, to be honest, for the Fox. And I'm gonna be curious how Shadowfaxx is potentially gonna be using this opportunity. As advised, the front gold is certainly inviting for like dropping some 5-1 TC faster, heroic 730 advance and Migdol right next to it, but I don't think that might be exactly what's going to happen here, as Veggiat Eye, cheaper myth units would, well, overall just cheaper myth units in there, let's not read it all of that there. It's going to be quite certainly helpful, and might be helpful also for the ISIS there. If you're gonna be expecting Scorpion Man a bit later, that might be something to expect, as they're gonna be helpful. It's gonna really depend what the Odin is gonna be playing. If it's gonna be, as I'm looking at the goal, which obviously is potentially raidable from the backside as well. If it's going to be coming for Ulusarks, or if you're gonna be seeing the raidy one with horses, then it's certainly a possibility as well. Yeah, gonna be a few relics, let's kinda check them, as in the meantime, myth unit special recharge time, that is not exactly that insanely important in this matchup. Cavalry chariot archer hit points, that is a very important one though, because that's a high percentage there. Another one, trio of monkeys, probably not a game changer, and this one we have already seen. And the Veggiat Eye might be kinda interesting. I really wonder if it's supposed to be Veggiat Eye, if it's a, like, really just a typo, or it's supposed to be really Veggiat. Really have no idea what it's going to be, as Greyhound has been already cast. It has been cast all the way to the bottom to get at least one extra hippo and a few extra piggies, as you can see. Gonna be a few of them right now moving forward, and this gold mine is certainly not bad at all. And you can see that the map, at least so far what you can see, is not exactly all that inviting for Fox, especially considering the next TCs, because this is supposed to be his front, And it at least does cover this TC, but yet again, it is a front TC. If you're gonna be coming for 2 TC faster heroic against like a Norse on this map, this is way too risky. It's like way too risky. He can be going for it. I mean, like, if this was Skadi, then he wouldn't be afraid of anything. He would probably try it. Maybe succeed, who knows. But Fox is usually a bit more pragmatic player, let's say. And he probably will be heading for the back one, and he definitely has to hope there is a gold hidden there. Because if it isn't, then this map might be turning really bad, and he might be wanting to switch, for example, even into like really 1 TC faster heroic, and just trying to go like 715, 730, and see how it goes from there. As the 2 TC might not be all advantageous if you're not gonna be getting all the gold with it. In the meantime, this is gonna be Shadowfaxx going apparently quite aggressively. You can see already dropping the temple with Ravens going for a bit of a scouting as soon as he's gonna be having enough APM for that. And in the back, of course, plenty of piggies in there. He doesn't have to worry about Shifting Sand stealing it from him. And we're gonna be waiting for, right about now, the Freya to be getting the advance. So therefore, that is maybe, well, we don't right now know, but it is certainly quite a bit of a hint that we could be going just for the horses. And you can see basically collection of the relics right about now for Fox. He's gonna be having such a nice score, as relics do give you score bonus, if I remember correctly. So that's kind of like the only thing. He's already preparing for walling off right about now the towers on both sides of this map, and he definitely will have to produce a few more things here as well. And it's kind of interesting really that he doesn't want to be wasting time. He just wants to be making sure that those relics are going to be his altogether. And he is also taking the one for the cavalry chariot archer 8 points, important one, because if that was coming for the cavalry of his opponent, it would be a whole lot more easier raiding the opponent, and of course hard to kill altogether. In the meantime, this gold is like so far the closest one that he could be considering as a bit of a safer one, even though it's definitely not safe. I'm kind of curious about the water here. Can we circle the map? My mouse is slightly tricky. Okay, so that's the water. So it seems that it's gonna be completely blocked off all the way here, which means that this is gonna be a safe gold if he actually walls this part of the map off. Now we have a bit of a fork on the left side, so that might be something, but so far we are not noticing any kind of gold mine. So unless it is really hidden right in there, it's gonna be definitely unfortunate, as Shadowfaxx is already getting, at least trying to get at least a bit of a favor from the Granary, which is sometimes the idea that the players are going for when you are wondering why they are destroying the Norse players' random buildings across the map, is because he's gonna be getting 2.16 favor for destroying that kind of building. It's kind of sweet, going all the way for a second TC already. So how is it looking right now for the ISIS? Armory up. This is looking 1 TC faster heroic. Well, it is a 1 TC faster heroic, no question at this point. As yet again, he doesn't get any kind of gold, and he needs to be playing that way, because he really needs to be getting secondary gold mine as soon as possible. And it almost like now looking like that he could be trying to block off this path, dropping Migdol inside his base somewhere there, or maybe here, and protecting this gold mine so that he has it in full. And that might be kind of alright, because considering the fact that we already know this is completely blocked off, this gold mine might be lasting him well enough if Shadowfaxx is not gonna be noticing, or rather, if he's not gonna be moving ahead and moving there with all of his army, for example, through the water. And therefore, it might be working for Fox, and well, hopefully, you're gonna be seeing some interesting game developing from all of this. So Neftis is coming forward. It is going to be like 722 advance. That's fairly solid for 1 TC faster heroic. Really good. Really good indeed. Right now Shadowfaxx knowing exactly the reality of the situation, and considering this TC, even though it doesn't protect any kind of gold mine, it is gonna be rather good for trade. You can see he's gonna be establishing market about like here, maybe there in front of it, if the wood line is gonna be going all the way through wall. And that's one sweet trade for the Egyptian. So if he's gonna be having some kind of chance how to wall it off, which might be tricky, he will have to continue here and somehow there. But if he can be even getting the front TC somewhere along the game, then well, the game might not be all that hard for him. It's really gonna be all about the positioning of the Migdol, and if Shadowfaxx is going to be able to somehow prevent it, or maybe his Ragnarok is gonna be strong enough and fast enough to disrupt him altogether. So you're gonna be right now going for Longhouse right next to the TC, which is, well, already right now kind of guarding on the left side, just trying to get rid of all of those obelisks so that his opponent is kind of blind. And whoa! I was thinking he might be actually going for Migdol here because he is having this safe gold mine at the back, but no. No, he has actually kind of learned from Skadi. Skadi is pretty much the only player who started playing really aggressively with Egyptians when he started playing them a lot more, like about like a year ago, maybe a few months more before that, and he really started to be playing them like with any kind of other civilization, not really like being afraid of anything at all. And this is gonna be certainly working, and it kinda makes sense because Fox is realizing that Shadowfaxx is going for economy, some 2TC fastly heroic himself, because that's probably what he was expecting from Fox on this game. So he's right now gonna be unfortunately faced with something a whole lot different. And since the Migdal is right now gonna be right next to the TC, we could be certainly expecting quite significant problems for Shadowfaxx out of this, as even though he's advancing through Scary quite quickly as well. 8-10 with 2 TCs. Nice. Really nice indeed. Well, even right now the Monument trying to make sure... Nice. I like this play, because it means that right about now the Frost is not gonna be available on the attack on this TC, and Shadowfaxx is really screwed at this point. He really is. I'm really liking this from Fox. Quite a bit. The monuments, they have been started to be used a bit more in the past months. I kinda have to guess and hope that maybe there's at least a bit of influence of our community streams, where I kinda tend to complain about it quite a bit. And since it's kinda like regularly every week, maybe it trickles down somewhere there, as it definitely didn't used to be a thing. Paying attention to monuments as ISIS like about half a year and before that. But I'm definitely glad if it's coming into the fashion and into meta, even if I don't have any kind of influence in that, because it is important in improving overall level of the players and improving how the game is played. So definitely all 10 fingers for that. On the hands and on the feet as well, so all 20 in there. So this is of course pretty much Shadowfaxx can be just giving up on this TC altogether. There's no chance he's gonna be saving it, as the range of this is quite huge. I think he's gonna be even beyond the TC. Actually, what kind of range does it have exactly? It would be kind of nice if he actually saw that, for example, in the game. I wonder if it can be modded in. I really wonder if it can be modded in. But yeah, well, the range is definitely huge. I'm thinking that there's not much of a chance for the Frost yet. He's only from the Frost Giant, who is already escaping. And of course, there's not much of a help because of the wood line that is preventing right now anybody from helping or escaping or anything like that. So we are gonna be watching, of course, the destruction of the town center. It did give some kind of parallel economy, but is he right now gonna be, well, he's housed, but I was kinda checking if maybe he's maybe advancing into Mythical Age already. Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. He's getting right now medium cavalry, and this is, whoa, so much in power of Fox at this point, like so much, because he's already gonna be still in the TC. Yet again, this map spawn is gonna be incredibly helpful right about now. As it was really bad for Shadowfaxx, it's gonna be absolutely awesome. Beyond awesome. Spectacular for Fox, because of the defensive capabilities of it. He just needs to be standing in this little choke point in here, and he's gonna be finishing no problem, especially with the empowerment. As right now the army is coming forward, and no, well, Fox might be kinda at the wrong place and at the wrong time. And that's another thing that I actually sometimes start mentioning lately, that players could be paying a bit more attention to, that basically you don't want to be placing the villagers in the position where they could be attacked. So if you position the villagers to the back here, into the safe position with the Pharaoh, there was absolutely no chance this was going to happen. First, he would be seeing it way before they were on the villages. And second, well, there would be just a lot of walk time for all the army to be coming back. So even though it's really small thing, and those small things can be actually making a lot of difference, and it can be giving you a few extra seconds on basically trying to build the TC up, and that can definitely be deciding games very often. So that, of course, Monument is absolutely huge, and it's gonna be, well, so far it's game advantager, let's say. Don't want to be saying winner at all as Shadowfaxx, even though he's right now losing quite significantly, 500 on score, and the 3 TCs already, or rather 2 TCs obviously right about now for Fox, are quite powerful. He can be still taking the TC on the right, that is definitely true, but I don't think that actually at this point Fox minds all that much, as even though this TC is gonna be getting really kinda fishy at this point, he is having so many gold mines, 1, 2, no, this one, kinda like halfway, because this is kinda towards the openings, so not exactly liking it all that much, but this one is safe as well. He's having another safe gold mine to the back, so I'm thinking that actually Fox is well set up for this game to be going his way. At this point, he's gonna be taking quite a lot of effort for his opponent to do anything about it. And yep, shift, or rather shifting sands. Forest Fire is certainly gonna be helping. I'm not certain it's gonna be doing damage to the building. I don't think it's hugging it too closely, so it's not entirely all that necessary, but we can definitely expect that we might be even seeing Ancestors and Eclipse fairly quickly, but he needs to be also concentrating potentially on the Monument, because without that, yeah, well, the Ancestors are gonna be, of course, quite a huge bummer for him. But it's not like he could be frosting them because of the Eclipse, obviously, after, unless he was waiting for the God Power right there, and kinda got exactly it in time. As you can see, sometimes we see fire. But anyway, right now the Forest Fire, what it's going to be doing is basically opening the TC to potential assault basically straight. So right now the protection that was there for Fox a bit earlier is going to be completely utterly gone, as Ancestors and Eclipse are already coming forward quite promptly cast. And it's going to be resulting into a bit of a problem, as of course he does have plenty of Jarls, which could be under normal circumstances dealing with those units. At this point, unfortunately, much more units otherwise all around. And well, Fox's strategy, and not only choice of the strategy into 1 TC at 720, this Monument completely is a game winner right now. We can call it, this is a game winner, because it prevented the scary frost on the army, and that basically meant that Fox didn't even have to use potentially the Ancestors that early in the push. Question is if even if it wasn't there, the frost would have done something significant, because yet again the Eclipse would have been stopping it, and might have been not exactly enough anyway, but still very good play, and it definitely has to be highlighted for exactly that. Well, that was a confident win in 30 minutes for Fox. That was well prepared, and it was basically evident that Shadowfaxx was expecting that his opponent is going to be coming for 2 TC faster heroic, so he basically went for pretty much the same, and Fox like literally surprised him right there and took him aback absolutely and utterly. Well done. That's exactly what these games are all about. So here in the post game, that's going to be of course good economy for Shadowfaxx. Unfortunately, that damn power spike of the Isis in the heroic cage is completely and utterly insane. One extra favor for Fox in the end. And yeah, well, stronger economy, but Ancestors, that is one hell of a thing. And of course, overall, the Migdol power of the units is definitely something as well on top of everything like that. 722, really good. 817 for 2 TC faster heroic is actually rather top notch, it's really good. And if Fox went for 2 TC faster heroic, then you can certainly expect that that would have been quite a solid gauntlet thrown in front of Fox to deal with. But he chose the correct strategy, he gauged his opponent properly, and he's going to be winning the first game there. Probably not gonna be seeing anything all that important here. Yeah, well, just the army, of course, getting a whole lot faster up because of the investment that he could be easily affording with the 1 TC faster heroic as the Isis, and of course the speed of the making, much more than anything else. Okay then, GG.